Hey everybody, this is the first time I've done a post on this forum. I have used video many times on other forums through my blog and so forth, but today I wanted to share with you guys a 4-step process for setting up solid appointments. Uh, it's called the if I would you approach, and this is for setting appointments for someone to maybe look at your sales literature or someone you might be trying to recruit into a business. This approach will help you set more solid appointments. Before I get to that, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Keith Abel. I have about 15 years of experience in business to business and business to consumer marketing. Also have about 25 years experience as a pharmacist in the healthcare industry. I've worked at one time for a Fortune 50 company in their business marketing department. I went from there into financial sales, mutual funds, different types of insurance products for retirement, and then finally went into the pharmacy business. I opened one of the very first e-commerce websites on the internet back in the early 1990s. It was a website that sold nutritional supplements and herbs and that type of thing. I provided a lot of information then on the value of herbs and other alternatives for health. So that was my very first venture onto the wild, wild web, as I like to call it. From there, I also was an early YouTuber and also early in the Google world. So I've had quite a lot of experience in different versions of marketing, both face-to-face, through seminars, through the internet, and through various forums. So I got a lot of background in that. And like I said, I've been a pharmacist now for the last 25 years in the pharmacy field, healthcare field for the last 25 years. And also for the last 12, since 2012, I've also been in marketing again as well, helping people get healthy and create a healthy lifestyle, and helping folks that want to earn extra income to earn extra income by showing folks how they can get healthy. So that's been my background. But anyhow, what I wanted to touch on today is the 4-step formula to setting some good, solid appointments. And then again, this is for setting appointments, maybe to look at some sales literature or a video that you want someone to look at. Maybe it's someone you're trying to recruit into a business and you want them to look at that information. Whatever the tool is that you're using, this is a good way to set a solid appointment to get someone to actually look at that tool. And I've used this many times and have had a much higher percentage of people looking at the information I invite them to than by just simply sending them the information and hoping they look at it. So this first step is, basically you're going to invite the person to take a look at your tool. I'm going to use in this example a DVD. So that you might have a DVD for sales presentation or some other type of tool. But for this particular example, I'm going to just use DVD as my example here. So the first thing you want to ask someone that you're prospecting for your business or your product is, you want to ask them, if I lent you this DVD, would you watch it? And let me back up. If I lent you this DVD, would you watch it? And tell me what you think about it. Or you might also ask if maybe you have a mastermind group you want to invite somebody to. If I invited you to join our mastermind group, would you join? This approach psychologically takes away the sense of a commitment, because you're asking a question that if you do something, would they in return do something? So it kind of softens it down a little bit at the first approach, and like I said, takes away a little bit of a sense of a commitment immediately when you're asking that question. Again, you're asking someone, if you did something, would they do it? You're not directly telling them to do something. You're asking them, if you did something, would you do it? If I did something, would you do it? It's kind of you're asking somebody of a favor approach. So the second time, when they give you the commitment that, sure, if you sent me that, I'll take a look at it. So the second step on that then is to get a time commitment. Once they agree that if you ask them to do something, that they would then do it and give you a time commitment of when they would get around to doing it. So you might say something like, if I lent you this DVD, then you'd be able to watch it by what time? Or maybe a better way of saying it would be, so if I lent you this DVD, when would you be able to watch it? And you kind of get a time commitment then from them. And again, you're taking this one step at a time, one bite at a time, and you're gradually increasing their commitment on your to look at your information. So you're indirectly asking them for a commitment at this point. And once they agree on a time frame, that's when you move on to step 3 and you confirm that they're going to look at it. Now that they've agreed that if you lend them this DVD, they've agreed that they're going to watch it by a certain time, and you've gotten that commitment from them that they're going to watch it by that certain time. So you want to follow up with, okay, I'll drop off that DVD tomorrow or whatever for you to review. You said you'd be able to watch it by whatever date they said, and then you make the appointment to pick up the DVD and get their opinion. So that's so far you've taken 3 steps now. You asking them for a favor basically in that first step. You're getting them to tell you a time frame when they'll have the activity done. Then you're taking the time frame and again saying, if I lent this to you, then you're going to have it done by this time. So you're getting them to say yes again. The whole point here is you're getting them to say yes multiple times. And then the 4th step is to get off the phone. You've got that commitment nailed down. Now it's time to get off the phone. You want to. You don't want to give them a chance to ask you more information or to try to change the time commitment, all that. So you're going to tell them that you're going to write that down in your appointment book, give them your number that in case they can't get done with it at a certain time, so it gives them that out. So you give them the number there, and then you get off the phone, and you've got that appointment set. You've told them that you've asked them for a favor. You have got them to tell you a time frame when they would get something done. Then you are setting that time in stone by telling them that if I give it to you, you're going to watch it by this time. They're going to agree again. And then you tell them that you're writing that down in your appointment book. Here's my phone number. If I know life sometimes gets in the way and things happen, just give me a call if you don't have a chance to watch it by that time. And otherwise, I will see you whenever, or I'll call you on the phone whatever time you set. So that's a 4-step process, the if I would you process for setting up an appointment. And folks, it works. Believe me, I've tried it. It works. I've had very few people that I've gone through that 4-step process with not be available when it's just magical how getting somebody to agree to something 4 times sets it in stone for them, and you've approached them as more of a favor in the beginning, so it's kind of taken the pressure off them in the beginning, and that's basically it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love to hear some comments from you folks. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done this on the LinkedIn forum, so it's a new experience for me. If there's other information you'd like to hear at some point in the future, I would love to share that with you. If you've got any ideas of tips or information you'd like to learn about, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Again, Keith Abel here. I'll see you again on the next post.